let's go find us a figure. Okay, and so here you find the first figure in the template, and I'm going to find it. Okay, so here it is on the PDF. And this is another advantage. I just want to bang on the drum of the advantage of using a template. All of these coding inputs are already kind of worked out as an example for you, so you just need to change the example. So that's the advantage of using a template off the internet, is a lot of this stuff is already worked out for you, and now you just need to use an example that already exists and change it to meet your specifications. So I very rarely write code from scratch in LaTeX or really in anything else, because usually you can find an example on the internet and build from there. So this is how a figure is begun. You always start with begin figure, and this HBT exclamation point, that tells LaTeX that I would like to place the figure either right here or at the bottom of the page or at the top of the page. And this exclamation point basically means this is important. You should override some of your other defaults in order to place this the way I've just described. If I got rid of this HBT, then LaTeX would just put this figure wherever it saw fit. And sometimes it's surprising and disappointing where LaTeX decides to put figures. That is one of the downfalls of LaTeX, is sometimes where it puts figures is not where you would prefer. Okay, the centering command just tells it to put it in the middle of the page, which it did. Include graphics tells you which figure to use. So somewhere in my list of figures, I have one called graph. Oops. So we'll get back to that. And then this width 0.5 tells it I want it to be half of the text width. So if I wanted to make this figure bigger, maybe I wanted to take up the entire text width, I would say make it 1.0, which means 100% of the text width. And then I'd recompile it to make sure I didn't do anything silly. And there it is. So this, you can see now this figure takes up as much space as the width of the text. And then this gives it the caption. You can see that here. And then we end the figure. So if I wanted to put my own figure in, I'm just going to copy what's already here and then change the things that are unique about my figure. So the first thing I would need to do is upload some graphic that I want to use as a figure. I can do that by coming up to this little upload arrow here, hitting upload, and now I have to go select one from my computer. I already have a figure in mind, so I'll hit select from my computer, and I know mine is on my desktop, and I have called it, let's see, I know it's a JPEG, so let's, oops, no. And I know it's on my desktop. There we go. Puppy and kitten. So it brought it up, and there it is. It's in puppy and kitten here, and it's a JPEG. And so if I just type puppy and kitten here, and there, see, it automatically finds it. That's the beauty. You just start typing it in, it automatically finds it. And then maybe I want to change my caption here. And recompile. And it's going to try to place that figure directly below the other one, but you'll notice that the width is one text width. So if it tried to put that image right below this other one, it would run out of space. So my bet is that it put it on the next page. Yep. So it tried to put it right below the other one. It couldn't do it. So it said, okay, either put it on the bottom or the top. So if you can't put it right below it, put it at the bottom of this page. Still can't do it. Okay, we'll put it at the top of the next page, and it did. So there's my puppy and kitten looking cute. It already calls it figure 2, and then I'm not going to walk you through how well, actually, why don't I do it? I'll say I'd you reference this exactly the way you would reference an equation, which I just showed you. So I'd like to reference figure and then backslash ref and then go find it. Oh, I see. Here's where I screwed up. So the figure here does not yet have a label. So I need to go up and find a label for that figure. And you should be able to label a figure exactly the same way that you labeled one of your equations. Right, so I need to put this little label line into my figures. Otherwise, I won't be able to reference them. So let's come on back up here. And just give this, let's give this one a label, and let's give this one a label, and we'll call it, the first one, the sample figure, and we'll call this one puppy and kitten figure. And now I'd like to reference figure and there it is, and it finds it right away, puppy and kitten. So now let's see when we recompile it. And you'll notice that I typed that text in right below where I told it to put it. So it's going to be a little bit tough to find. There it is. I'd like to figure, and it gives it a question mark, which probably means I just need to recompile again. Input line 190. How about, there we go. And I have to rename it here. Okay, so I'll figure out why that happened and fix this later. Let's see if I can reference the other figure here. Let's just, nope. Okay, so I guess I'll have to go online and figure out what I've done wrong with referencing these. But that is the way that you should be able to reference those figures. So there's probably some little thing screwed up in my labeling here. And